All right, great. And so we're live. Well, hello, parents. As you know, my name's Graham Matthews, and I run the ACE Chem Accelerator program, which is a program designed to help your child earn an A-star in A-level chemistry in less than 16 weeks. So today I wanted to pop in to the group, the channel, the page, whatever you're listening, watching this live stream, and answer a question. I always enjoy answering questions on these live streams. All right, so the question I want to answer today is, hey, Graham, this 5-part system that you have, this 5-part proven framework that you use to help your students earn an A-star in A-level chemistry, so that they can, attend the medical, dental, and veterinary programs of their choice, the chosen universities in the UK. Yes. How did you come up with this one then? I mean, it's a good question, right? So parents ask me, where did this idea come from, for this proven framework? Well, it's like this, chemist. Parents, a long time ago, I'm talking about 40 odd years ago, right? 40 odd years ago, I was a student at university, and I can recall sitting in a lecture hall with 500 other students, and we're all watching the professor. He was Dr. Reeves, as he taught us general chemistry. And this was back in the day, parents, when, no, we didn't have like Zoom, we didn't have like digital boards. We didn't even have green boards in the lecture hall. What we had is that we had the rolling plastic transparencies that he used to write on, and the notes used to go up onto a big overhead screen, and then there was a bank of TV screens that you could watch. And then when it came to demonstration time, well, we all used to get into it because his assistant, Nate, used to come out and do the demonstrations for us. We'd all sit there and take notes and clap and everything else. And then you would leave the lecture hall. I would leave the lecture hall basically with a notepad just like full of scribbled down notes, arrows going everywhere, different pen colors. All right. And then, you'd go back into your dorm room or the library, and then, you would try to answer some questions out of the book. And then in the day, we used to call this recitation. There was a help session. We'd go into recitation. You had to have your homework done for the week. And then it was lab and everything else. And this is now 40 years ago. This is me, all right? The first year university student. And I started to think to myself, this is like the genesis of it. And of course, now, as I tell you this story, this is 40 odd years later. So I'm probably using the language that a teacher would use. But, I'd sit there at the desk, at the cubicle in the library, or my desk in the dorm room, and go, you know what? Am I learning this in the most efficient way? Because wouldn't it be cool if I had a way of taking notes, for example, that didn't mean I was looking at scribbled notes everywhere. I had just like set of notes that I could refer to, maybe copy over once, but I could, refer to the notes after I'd read the, like the textbook. And well, in those days, you didn't want videos. You watched like a VHS cassette, but I could, take all the information and make this one set of notes. And then I could refer to those notes, like, when I was doing my homework or studying for the final exam. All right. Or, you're thinking, well, I'm doing this problem and I don't quite get it. If only there was an easier way that you could possibly break down the problem into like, well, chunks, steps that you could repeat. And therefore you knew what you were doing. It's a more efficient use of your time rather than scrambling. Well, is it this method or this method? Okay. Same thing when it comes to studying for tests, revising for exams. I sit there and go, well, I've seen just like, I'll do all the questions in the book and I'll do some sample tests. Used to get them from the library. Right. I need to think, I wish there was a way that I could think like a teacher and just like know what to do on the exams. So it's like, I was willing to put the time and the effort in. But on the other hand, you're thinking, I wanted to make sure I was doing it in the most efficient way possible, And then, of course, the other side of it, you're thinking, yeah, I wish, I kind of got like beliefs into motivation and to confidence. And I wanted to know how I could keep myself motivated, how I could keep myself confident throughout the duration of the course for the term. All right. So all this was when I was 18. And this is what's going through my head. And so this kind of like led into a couple of things. Like number one, my love of chemistry. I just love teaching chemistry, right? Number one. Number two is my love of teaching. All right. And then number three is the coaching aspect of it. All right. Because when I was in graduate school, as a TA, as a teaching assistant, you had to help in recitation with the incoming class, like the freshmen, like the first years. Okay. And so bottom line is I just really got this. I got this passion, like, when they got it, I thought, really proud for them that they got it, and proud of myself because I'm thinking, yeah, I managed to explain in a way that they understood. And to this now is like the beginning of my teaching career, right? So now after 28 years, is it 28 years I've been teaching, retired. And then what I did is I put a company together that, as I said the other day, takes my skill set in technology, takes my passion for teaching, and then, takes my ability to teach online and create these online courses and create a program, the Ace Chem Accelerator program, that levels the playing field for the students. And so everybody has access to quality tuition, because I really do believe that education is a way that people improve their lives. Now, this all then led into the Ace Chem Accelerator program, and I put into it my 5-step method that I use for helping students earn an A star in A-level chemistry. But this is the bit. It was then refined by the students. So it isn't just like me, oh, well, this is how I would do it, or this is a conference I went to, or a white paper that I read, or a book that I read on it. No, this is my 5-step my 5-step plan. But helping students earn an A star in A-level chemistry. And then it was battlefield tested by the students. They would come back to me and go, Graham, you know what, this is really good. Have you thought about adding this bit in? Oh, well, to be honest with you, this is how for example, this is how I take notes. This is how I organize my day. This is how I study. This is how I get the information into my short-term memory and my long-term memory for the exams. And so it was this conversation. It was this dialogue going back and forth between me and the students. And so this has now gone through 2, 3 iterations to go back and forth with the students. And so now what we have now is that we have a 5-part plan that is part of the Ace Chem Accelerator program that is battlefield tested and proven by the students who have taken the course prior to your child, who earned an A star in A-level chemistry. And this is the important bit. Like, this is the genesis of it, all the way back from like when I was 18 years old, as coming up with these ideas. How do you learn how to learn? And how do you keep yourself motivated and confident? So there's like the coaching side, and then there's like the learning side. Used it in the last 28 years of teaching and my own classroom experience, put a company together, and then in the company, in the course, the program, actually took this on the online environment and then asked the students to look over it and give me some feedback. And so it's battlefield tested. All right. And so this is how I came up with the 5-part plan, to help your child earn an A star in A-level chemistry. All right. And so, yeah, the reason that I mentioned that at the end of the story is that I think it's important for parents to know that this system that I use it isn't theoretical, it's actually practical. Students have used it prior to your child to earn an A star in A-level chemistry, all right, in the same exact learning environment your child's going to be in, coming in with the same exact grades that your child is coming in with, all right, and this is why it's relevant to you and your child, okay? So anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd answer the question, where did I come up with the idea for like the 5-part plan that I use? How did I master it? How did I, craft it out? But as I always say, parents, is this: look, if you're the parent of a year 12 child who's studying right now, who is revising for the UCAS prediction exam, and you want them to get an A, then you need to reach out to me today. Or if you're the parent of a year 13 child who is studying, who is revising for A-level chemistry and their final exam, and you want them to get an A star so that they can have a choice, like we talked about the other day, not a dilemma, they can have a choice of any of the top medical, dental, and veterinary programs at the chosen university in the UK, I need you to reach out to me today. All right. And it's really simple to do. So whatever you're watching this live stream, if you're in the private Facebook group, or if you're on my page, on my profile, YouTube, Instagram, whatever you're watching this one, all right, just reach out to me. Somewhere around this video, there is a comment box. You can leave a comment, or you can reach out to me directly on Facebook, and I'll reach out to you. Oh, and Claire will reach out to you. She's my assistant. All right. And we'll book a call in with me, and then I will sit down with you on this call with you and your child, and I'll explain to you the 5-step plan, the 5-step process that I use in the ACE-Chem Accelerator program, and how it's going to help your child earn an A star in A-level chemistry. And I'll put a game plan together for you, all right, personalized for your child, so that, yes, they can get the A on the UCAS exam. They can get the A star in A-level chemistry, so they can go on to medical, dental, and veterinary programs of their choice at the chosen universities in the UK. All right. So anyway, I hope I answered the question of where did my 5-part plan come up with? How did I master it? All right. Everybody have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. All right. Take care.